Joining us to discuss this further is Heythem Smida-Guesmi, a researcher in rural politics and peasant struggles. Thank you very much for joining us. Dozens
Thank
of
you so much.
judges sacked. These are judges in a council that had acted as the main guarantor of judicial independence since Tunisia's 2011 revolution that introduced democracy, accusing them of obstructing justice. How do you react to this?
In fact, since 2011, the main demand of the people after the revolution is accountability. And judges in the state, they are like the biggest guarantees of justice and accountability. And during these last 11 years, they didn't do their jobs to guarantee this job. So what's happening right now, it's true that there are 57 judges, but in the head of this list, there were judges who literally have like a dossier of corruption and of hiding terrorist groups and rejecting their trials. So I think this is a late decision that's been done after like almost a year since July 2021. It should have been done firstly, at least after July, but the demand was 2011.
The president will replace the democratic 2014 constitution with a new constitution via referendum on July 25. Is the latest SACA plan ensuring this without an opposition?
I don't really believe that the judges will be an opposition for the referendum on the constitution. As I said earlier in another interview, that the constitution will not be replaced, although there are popular demands to replace it, but it's going to be amended in just some small clauses that don't touch like liberties and general liberties and individual liberties. They are just about the political system, which is the parliamentary system. That was diagnostically the main problem for Tunisia. So responding to your question, I don't think that the judges would be an opposition group to this referendum, especially that we don't have a constitutional court.
In February, Saied had scrapped an independent judicial watchdog and replaced it with a body under his own control. What do you call the sack of the judges a final affront to the separation of powers and judicial independence?
Exactly. I'm sorry, because the question wasn't clear.
Okay, I'm asking you about the separation of the judiciary, separation of powers and judicial independence. Some persons have said the sacking of those judges is an affront, a final affront. I'm asking if you agree that it is an affront.
Somehow, I don't have the power to agree or disagree, but in my opinion, I guess this should have been done a long time ago. But right now, this is what the states and the presidency has chosen to do. Maybe there are good parts of it or bad parts of it. But what I'm seeing right now, this judicial system in Tunisia, it was hiding corruption and accountability cases.
Just one more question. Opposition figures and other critics have continued to condemn the policies of President Saied, describing it as illegitimate power grab. Why do they find it difficult to trust the president when he has hinged his actions on fighting deep-rooted corruption?
Well, this is like, this needs a PhD assertion because exactly, I'm serious because In Tunisia, what we are calling opposition is just a fragment, like a small fragment of opposition in Tunisia, which happens to have like a lot of privilege to be outspoken and reaching outside of the world. But when we will be talking about opposition in Tunisia, there's another popular opposition, there's another academic opposition, etc., etc. Personally, for example, I belong to an opposition that doesn't really care about these institutional fights and this war of positions in the state as much as we have like socio-economic problems and crisis in Tunisia that need to be addressed already, because this is too late and it's been like 11 years since the revolution, and I guess also 11 months since since July 25, and we're not yet addressing the socio-economic problems that people are enduring right now.
You said something about different groups supporting the different positions. So I'd like to get your final thoughts on your assessment of the people's reception to President Saied's style of leadership. It seems that a section of the country supports him firmly. How do you react to that?
Democratically speaking, he was elected by the biggest number of people who elected a president in Tunisia since the revolution, which means a transparent election. That's in 2019. I guess I don't have the numbers right now, but what I'm sure about is that what he's doing right now in the institutional level doesn't really concern the population, because people, when they went to the streets in 2011, they asked for socio-economic demands. And in 2021, during the protests, the whole protest that preceded July 25, all demands were socio-economic. But so right now, there is no a good thermometer for the popularity of what Saied is doing right now, until he responds to the material demands of the people.
A fair response. Thank you very much, Mr. Smida-Guesmi, for speaking with us.